Only realize because it's dollar signs. Yeah. Ooh, 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 ooh. Hey, hi, hello, and welcome to the show. My name is DDare Bionic, if you did not know, and I am black. With a brand new type of video. Not really, who am I kidding? Okay, so I am back in the swing of things. I'm back in front of the camera. I hope you watched my last video, my vlog about Tower Grove Pride. It was such a good time. I'll put a little title card below so you can go watch that. Such a great time, such a fun video. But today I'm going back to my roots. I'm gonna do, as you can kind of see here, I have my mirror set up. And I have my I have my IMBD pulled up, and I am actually going to be filming like a get ready with me, like let's do some makeup and review a movie. Makeup and movie reviews. That's what this is going to be. So I'm going to be reviewing a movie that literally just came out. Like it's only been out for 4 days. We watched it last night. I have a lot of opinions about the movie, as to be expected. But before we get into the video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you get a notification every single time I post a video. I'm trying to get back to posting twice a week, but we post whenever we want around here because you know what? It's my channel and not yours.
Oh, the show where I talk about... Apparently you're not in it.
I'll just be
I am
seeing
so
myself out.
sorry.
But also, make sure you're streaming my music. Make sure you are listening to Mental Health Chat Monday and supporting the channel in all those ways because we on the come up and you want to be one of the first ones. We're on our road to 1,200. So, with all that being said, intro done. Let's get into the video. Okay, so the movie, what the fuck is this movie called? No baby can't, nobody, everybody, no.
That you could do so.
What is it called? Nobody can say, no one will save you. Okay, listen, hear me out. I will never remember the name of the movie. I just won't. I just will not. And it's so easy. We're going for just like, I'm going to work. I have to be at work in like an hour. So I'm just going for something super simple, nothing too crazy. I thought about maybe doing some graphic liner, but that's not gonna happen. I don't have time to have fun. I just want a quick little zhuzh. So we're reviewing No One Will Save You. It stars, what's her name? And really she's the only person we have to talk about in this movie. Caitlin Dever. My partner brought it up to me. He was like, "Oh, this looks like it's gonna be kind of good." Like he was watching one of his YouTube people that reviews movies. I can't find anything today. He was like, "Let's watch it. It looks kind of good." We watched the trailer. The trailer seemed like it might be kind of good. And that's the tea on that. We're gonna start, since this movie is about aliens and the aliens are gray. I'm actually, you know, I didn't think I loved this palette, but I've used it a couple times over the past couple makeup looks. This Nightmare Before Christmas palette from ColourPop. The color story initially did not excite me. I was like, there needed to be a green in here somewhere, but it actually, this purple and this gray specifically, so good. So we're actually gonna start with some gray. So like I said, the movie stars Caitlin Dever. She's been in stuff. This is the most recent thing she's been in, but she was in The Spectacular Now. I don't know. She's been in some stuff. I've never seen her act before, which is, you know, I'm not the only person in the world. But back to the movie. So the movie starts. She's full disclosure, I was not really paying attention to the beginning of it. I was very distracted by the delicious meal I had just made. So I kind of missed some things in the beginning. I don't know that they were relevant, but they got missed. Maybe we want to do a Halo Eye today. Maybe that's the vibe. The movie starts, she like lives in this small town. She's writing letters to this girl named Maud. She sees her parents. She goes to visit her mom's grave. One thing to note about this movie is that there are maybe 90, I think I heard somewhere, 90 words said throughout the whole movie. Like, there is little to no dialogue in this film, like at all. And while some people might see that as an issue, it's not necessarily an issue. But for me, I needed something to drive the story forward. The story to me did not really move much at all. Like, they kind of frame it in the beginning as a home invasion movie. I'm using the wrongest brush for this. And I've heard so many people talk about it, calling it a home invasion film. It's not a home invasion film. It's an alien movie. And that's not a spoiler. They literally show the aliens within the first, 10, 15 minutes of the movie. She, goes home, she's in bed, sleep, and the next thing you know, there's aliens at the home. So she's running around. She's being chased by these aliens. She kills one of them. I've named the alien Gloop Glorp. She kills Gloop Glorp and just kind of passes out. Next day, she goes into town. She runs into this girl Maud's parents. Her mom, because she's trying to get help. Because she's I had an alien encounter last night. I gotta talk to somebody about that. So she tries to go get help from the police station. She walks into the police station. She sees Maud's parents, and the mom spits on her. Couldn't be me. Could not be me. If she had spit on me, we would have been fighting. No matter what I had done to your daughter, we would have been fighting. So she leaves the I almost said nursing home. She leaves the police station and is sobbing behind a car and sees a bus. So she's like, oh, I'm just going to get on the bus and get out of town. Where was you going to go? I don't know. I see that she kind of is a pariah in the town. And I feel like that would have been made more apparent if anything else happened in the movie. It's really just a lot of her running around. truly is a lot of her just running hither and there. She's never really in one spot for too long, which is fair because she's literally being chased by aliens. Do you see the shape we're creating? I initially winged that out, but I will fix that in once I start blending this down. But see how we kind of left this space here in the middle? I might bring this in a little bit more, but I do like to have a lot of space there for a shimmer in the middle. Or she comes to realize that everyone in the town has become possessed by whatever entity these aliens are trying to implant into them. And so at this point in the movie, I'm really uninterested. Not a lot was happening outside of her running. She got on the bus and then she realizes that all the people on the bus are possessed or have been infected by these aliens, and she gets off the bus and runs to this church and is trying to get into the church to get away from the aliens, and the church is locked, and she's at a cemetery and she's having this dilemma. And shout out to the actress to portray all these emotions without any lines at all. But she's at this church and she's no, basically in her mind she's thinking oh my god, I can't believe I'm here, I can't go over there. Turns out she's at Maud's gravesite. Essentially, she's at the cemetery where Maud is buried. So she goes over, we see that Maud died when she was 12, and now we have a little bit more maybe she did something to kill her, or maybe she was involved in her death in some way. We still really don't know. We still don't even really know who the fuck Maud is. We've seen her in pictures, but we don't know her significance or relevance to the story. So now I'm gonna take a different palette, actually. I'm gonna take a white from this Lunar Retrograde palette from Drench Cosmetics X Neon MUA, and I'm gonna take this white shade called Full Moon to buff out the gray, because I want a like nice smoky halo. And I'm going to use a small blending brush, I believe, if I can find her. So yeah, at this point in the movie, I'm kind of really uninterested. I don't really know what's going on. I'm very confused. The story is not really storying, and you know, praise be to this actress for at least kind of, you know, trying to portray some kind of something. So she goes home. She's like got this resolve to survive now. She nails, get this y'all, she nails a blanket on top of the door to try and keep the aliens, who have already proven technologically advanced, like they've already shown that they have abilities far beyond our understanding. She puts a blanket up to try and keep them out. I just thought that was fucking hilarious. They easily take the blanket down with their like telepathic powers. They come in, they get gloop glorp. Well, they don't come in, they send the tractor beam. This whole thing like revolves around tractor beams. Like there's lots of tractor beams happening in this movie. So they send down the tractor beam to come in and get gloop glorp. They get gloop glorp up out of there. And now there's another alien coming into the home where she is. Like she runs down into the basement. The aliens are making these weird signs and gestures with their bodies. It's really fucking strange. I will say I did like, initially I thought the aliens were a little too CGI looking, but when it came down to it, I actually really liked the way the aliens looked. Like they actually looked really cool. She's in the basement. She's tussling with this other alien, this like new alien. She goes upstairs. Now there's a little gremlin alien who was really stinking cute. And like, also at this point, I was kind of rooting for the aliens to just get her ass, because she was getting on my nerves. She was making a lot of kind of horrible decisions, which is like, nobody can judge what would happen in that situation if they were being abducted by freaking aliens. But she was not doing the things that she should have been doing. So they send another alien in there, a little teeny tiny one, who like seemed intrigued by her. I don't know. I thought she was maybe gonna make him her pet or something like that. But he comes in, or the alien comes in. Sorry, I don't mean to gender the aliens. Comes in, and they have a tussle, and she kills another alien. Now at this point, because she done ran around the whole living room or the whole kitchen, she done threw hot water on them, beat him over the head with a pan, hit him with the fridge door. Like she done effed this alien up. Now I'm team, what were we calling her? Sybil. Her name is Bryn. The character's name is Bryn. I haven't said that this whole time. The character's name is Bryn. Bryn is effing these aliens up. My partner was calling her Sybil the Alien Slayer last night because she was slaying them left and right. So Sybil the Alien Slayer. It's still so funny to me. And so Sybil is, sorry y'all, her name's Bryn, but I'm gonna have to call her Sybil for the rest of this video. So she has now killed Flip Top, which is what I named the little baby alien. She's killed Gloop Glorp, Flip Top, and now she's being chased around outside. She climbs out the window. She's being chased around by a gigantic spider-looking alien, which was really freaky. Listen, the aliens were the best part of this movie. Miss Girl did her thing. I ain't gonna deny that to her. She acted and ran her ass off. But the aliens were really, really cool. Like, they looked like just, you know, just your regular, like, what everybody kind of thinks aliens will look like little green man, little gray man. But this fillum really did the aliens justice. I'm gonna add some black to this because I feel like it needs some depth, but I want to get this other side blended first. So she's being chased around. She then kills, and what did I name that alien? I think I named that one Slip Slop. Slip Slop. Kills him. Lights this poor alien on fire. I forget how exactly she gets captured. Cause like then there's a moment where she's like back inside the home and she gets captured by a fourth alien, the one that was like downstairs in the basement with her, which I'm gonna call different than flip flop. This is flip flop. Okay, you gotta remember gloop gloop, flip flop, flip flop, and gloop gloop. Okay.
What the hell is even that?
Why am I having so much fun naming these aliens? Yeah, so she gets captured by this alien. He like coughs up a little egg tentacle thing, and we realize that this is the thing that all of these people are being infected by. They all have this like thing in their throat that is the reason they are all being, possessed and controlled by the aliens. So, and now I think I do want to go into full moon just to kind of soften these edges a little bit more. I feel like I low-key am giving myself... Actually, what I really like to do in these kind of moments is take a shade that's kind of close to my skin tone. So from this culture palette, is this culture 1 or 2? Yeah, in this culture palette from Juvia's Place, I'm going to take the shade Talking Drums, this brown right here, again on the same brush, and buff around, I don't know, I can't really get much closer, but buff around the edges. And since it's so close to my skin tone, I don't know if you can even tell from there, it really makes it look less dramatic. Like this eye compared to this eye. See how dramatic and gross that, not gross, but like it's too much. This side seems a little softer. So we get to kind of realize what's going on with the aliens, why they're doing what they're doing. They're trying to infect all the people on Earth with these, I guess, alien babies, or just like trying to take over their bodies, which is, your typical alien movie motivation. But then she's having this like dream where she is seeing her friend Maud again, but it's not actually Maud. It is, I'm gonna go in with, what does this say? Taraba from the culture palette. It's more of a neon green. Oh yeah, I like that better. I like that much better with this gray. More of a warm green, just on the ends, just a little kiss. Now taking a smaller kind of dense brush, this brush that I was using before, in this lunar retrograde palette is a black called New Moon. I'm gonna take that and tuck that in the inner corner. You gotta be careful with black, because once you add black to a look, things can get really scary really quickly. So yeah, she gets captured. She's having this dream about her friend, and like, I guess her friend is like grown up in this dream. I don't really know. I was very confused for most of this movie. And so she's like, no, I'm sorry, Maud. And that's like one of the only lines that's uttered in the whole movie. And she rips the like little alien egg thing out of her own body, which is really fucking badass, if you ask me. So she does that. She rips the little alien thing out of her body. It clones into a version of her that is now chasing her, which I fully did not realize was happening until it happened. It stabs her. She gets stabbed, but then she comes back with the box cutter and stabs it. It dies, and she has this like emotional moment of realizing that she like kind of just killed basically herself, but not really. Now see, look where we are. See how this black has added so much dimension, whereas this looks flat. Dimension, flat. Dimension, flat. It looks like two different eye looks. Crazy. I feel like I have missed so much. Like, truly and honestly, the film was like an hour and a half, but I don't really know what happened. Like, it just really didn't. Towards the end, I started getting more engaged, but at the beginning of the film, I was like, why do I care? So we did get a little moment with the aliens, like looking at pictures of her and Maud, and like I guess empathizing with her. Then, and I was wondering the whole time, because the movie was just like going by and nothing was happening, and I was like, there's got to be some kind of revolution. And then she gets captured, and I'm like, well, shit. Like, I was wondering if they were gonna take her on to the ship, which they do, and the aliens kind of like read her mind, and they empathize with her even more. They're like, oh, she's like suffering already, let's put her back, which makes no sense to me. Like, if they were coming here to possess and steal humanity and like take the humanity out of people, why wouldn't they just take her? Like, we finally got to see what happened with Maud. Like, spoiler alert, she killed Maud by accident when they were 12. They had gotten into an argument, and she hit Maud over the head with a brick. Maud dies. That's why her parents hate her. That's why the town hates her, because they think she's a killer. And cool, now I know that. But then there's this scene of her looking at herself writing her first letter to Maud, and her hands are like shaking, and I don't know. It just really didn't. It really didn't do anything for me. Like, finding that out, I was like, oh, okay, like we kind of could deduce that she had done something to Maud. What does her being emotional and tormented by the past have to do with the alien invasion? I still can't tell you. And I definitely watched the whole movie. I definitely was like paying attention after I wasn't paying attention in the beginning. I don't really know what to tell you about it. To me, the ending seemed rushed and unnecessary. I didn't enjoy. I felt like there was really no resolution, which is fine, I guess. But like, tell me something. Like, what did the aliens actually want? Why did they change their mind? Like, should we have turned the subtitles on so we could know what the aliens were saying? Because they were not speaking English. They were speaking in sounds. The aliens empathize with her, I guess. They're like, oh, she's a killer like us. We can't, possess this one, or we can't do anything to her, or I don't really fucking know what their reasoning was. But they let her go. They put her back down on Earth. They let her go. She's like laughing, and she sees the lights. It's like rainbow lights. And she's like, oh, I survived. But like, everybody in the town is possessed now. And they're all nice to her, which I guess is like the future that she wanted. Like, what she craved was just to not be a pariah anymore in the town, which in some aspects I guess is okay as a resolution. But why? Like, why? Why did that happen? Why was that the way the movie ended? Because it really didn't do anything for the story. The story really did not go anywhere. Like, truly and honestly, I'm sure there was probably some deeper meaning to the film. There probably was a reason why she didn't talk. There probably was a reason why she was let go, and why the aliens didn't want to, keep her captured. There probably is a reason to all these things, but it just felt so rushed. Like I can't remember what other movie I said this about, but like I think it was maybe Insidious. It felt like there could have been 15 more minutes of movie, or even like a whole nother act, like another 30 minutes to kind of get us to the point, you know? It didn't really drive home anything for me. It did not give me any satisfaction in any way about about the aliens, about her, about Maud, about her mom, about okay, so I had a little bit of a change of heart, or not really a change of heart, but just like a different idea. I'm gonna put green on top of it anyway, so I'm gonna use this high power pigment paint in the shade Mint Matte from House Labs. Listen, the best thing to happen to House Labs was that rebrand. Like, I'm still waiting on them to bring back the eyeliner, the liquid eyeliner, because she really is that girl. But I'm just gonna pack this in the middle. Okay, now that my green is on, I'm loving where this is going. I'm gonna take that brush from earlier, that like more fluffy brush, go back into New Moon and bring that back over top of the green so it's more blended like so. So they put her back on Earth. Everybody is possessed. The aliens are still flying around in their ships, and she's just having a dance party. Like, there's a whole choreographed number at the end. Still, nobody's talking, but it's with all the like possessed people who live in her town. It's a really, really weird fucking ending, and I don't know. Like, I don't understand why it ended that way, why that was the choice. It just doesn't feel right. You know what I mean? Like, and maybe that's kind of the point. Like, maybe it's not supposed to feel exactly right. Like, maybe it's supposed to have a little bit of a like leave you with an uneasy feeling, but it didn't leave me feeling uneasy. It just left me feeling like the writers didn't really know how to end the movie, so they just ended it. You know? Like, the middle section of the movie is really good. The middle section of the film, I really enjoyed. It was suspenseful. The aliens were very creepy. Like I was saying, it was suspenseful. The aliens were super creepy. Like, it just felt good. Like, the end of the middle of the movie, the middle 45 minutes of the movie felt good. They felt suspenseful. They felt interesting. I was invested in her. I wanted to know what was going to happen to her. The beginning and the end. The beginning of the movie is so quiet and like boring. It really is kind of boring in the middle. I don't know. And I this coming from someone who likes a slow burn. I like a movie that kind of takes its time to get to the point. But they threw so many things at the wall on this movie that I'm like, what is the point ever gonna be? When are we gonna reach the point? Like, when are any of these things gonna become relevant? And I feel like there is, like I said, a deeper meaning, like a something I missed. But it feels like none of the things ever became relevant. And that's all I can say. I'm gonna put a little black in my waterline. I really do enjoy these jumbo eye pencil crayons from Miss NYX Cosmetics. Is this NYX? Yeah, NYX Cosmetics. These are great, especially for your waterline. So I'm gonna put a little black. I like to do this because I like when my eyes look a little smaller. It's weird. See how it just shapes the eye? Like, look at this eye, sad, droopy. This eye, fierce shape. Yeah, I feel like the movie just never, it almost had stakes and then it immediately did away with the stakes. It really felt a little lackluster, I think, is really the disappointment that I have with it. It just felt like it never really got going. I'm gonna take this Cleopatra ink liner. I love a felt tip liner. This one, look how, I talk about this all the time. This is my favorite, one of my favorite eyeliners. Maybe a bit dramatic for work, but I live. And I wish it was colder outside so I could wear a sweater of some kind that would match this. All right, I'm just gonna finish off the eyes with a little shimmer. I don't know what I want to use. As I finish out the look, I'm just gonna give you my final thoughts on the movie. Okay, so I always use, this is like the only thing I put on my lips these days, the House Labs PhD lip oil in the shade Secondary. It's like an orangey. Do you see how almost gone this is? I use this every day. It's a shade Secondary. I need to get another one because it's so comfortable and cushiony. All right, that's the finished look. Let me give you my finished thoughts on who gonna save you. So, all in all, I guess I did enjoy the film. I don't really know. Like, I feel like it left a lot to be desired. I feel like it left a lot on the table. It didn't really, if it were trying to tell a story, I don't really know what said story was. I'm sorry, I just want to do one little thing. That feels better. I don't really know what the story they were trying to tell was. I'm still trying to figure it out. I watched the movie last night. I've been thinking about it. I truly don't know what it is they were trying to do with this movie, but it really just didn't check any of the boxes for me as far as like storytelling and creativity. Like, I don't know. I know in my heart of hearts that there is some kind of backstory, some kind of deeper meaning, some kind of something that they were trying to do with this movie, but I just was not the target audience for it. The target audience for it. I don't know. I was bored for the first like 30 minutes, and then in the middle I was really enjoying it, and then at the end I was let down again. Like, it took me on a loop-de-loop. Man, I don't know. It just really didn't hit home for me specifically. And that's okay. Not every movie is gonna hit home. What I would have loved to have seen that maybe would have made it feel a little bit more interesting would have been the movie could have started with, even if it was just a short scene of like her and Maude, or her and Maude and the mom, or like her and Maude being friends, and then all of a sudden Maude is gone, and then, you know, giving us something to be intrigued about with Maude. Like, I didn't even know who the fuck Maude was until halfway through the movie. And even still having seen the movie, having watched it, having felt the feelings that the movie was trying to invoke, I'm still like, okay, what did Maude have to do with this? Why was she even here? What was her purpose? I thought what's her name? I thought Miss Caitlin Dever did a great job holding her own against, you know, literally nothing and nobody really acting opposite. I thought she did a good job with the card she was dealt. Again, she had like no lines, like not a one. So she really was just kind of like vibes, going off of vibes. I thought that's really all I thought about the movie. There really is not much more to the movie. I don't know what more I can say. I'm just like a little let down, I guess. And I guess I really shouldn't complain, because we are always asking Hollywood for these new ideas, these new films, these new, you know, something interesting, something unique, something that's not just a remake or a reboot or a sequel, or 30 years later, let's make another one of these movies. We're asking for that, but when you ask for it for this long and then they give you something that's just kind of like, okay, is this all we got? Like, is this... I think it's also being a creator and being someone who is, trying to constantly push out content and gain some sort of relevance in the creative space of entertainment and film and music. I'm like, I know a lot of people. I know so many filmmakers. I know so many people who are making such cool content, who are doing such amazing things with film, with music, with all these, things that I absolutely love and adore. And it's hard for them to even get seen. Whereas Hollywood gives us this, which, let me not say it like that, because this movie is not bad. It just feels incomplete, and that's the issue. That's my biggest issue with it. Far beyond any of the other stuff, beyond anything else, it feels incomplete. It feels like there's more to the story that was not told or was not thought about before it went into production. Is it going to get a sequel? God, I hope not. I don't know where else they could go with the story if they gave it a sequel. All in all, I give this movie... I give it a 5. 5 out of 10 little gray men. That's what I give it, because it was not spectacular. It was not really that interesting. It wasn't a movie that I'm like, oh my God, I want to watch it again already. I need to go back and watch to figure out what I missed. I don't feel any of that for this film. Sorry, I'm organizing my desk and talking at the same time. I just kind of forgot I was talking to the camera. It doesn't feel like that at all. It doesn't feel like a movie that I'm like trying to see again, or I'm trying to even really think about any further. But let me know what y'all think in the comments. I give this look a 10 out of 10. A 10 out of 10. It's a little more dramatic than I was going for, and the camera is really not doing it justice with how it looks. But here we are. I hope you all enjoyed this makeup and movie review video. I'm gonna do some more of these because this was kind of fun to like do my makeup, get ready for work, and then talk about a movie. Because I feel like sometimes movie reviews just get mundane when it's just a person sitting there talking to the screen, or a voiceover behind some clips of the movie. Listen, I got, my niche is makeup and music, so that's what I'm gonna give y'all. I'm gonna give y'all makeup, music, and movie reviews. And if you like that kind of content, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. But let me know how you felt about Nobody Gonna Care. What is the name of the movie? No One Will Save You. Let me know what y'all thought in the comments below. Did you love it? Did you hate it? What are some themes that you think I may have missed, or you may have missed, or the world may have missed at large? It's currently sitting at a 6.4 on IMDb and a 5 here on the DDB YouTube channel. Make sure you shop Blue Thigh's hair color. I also have, y'all, I have some new merch available. These cute stickers. I've got shirts, I've got stickers, I've got all kinds of stuff, pins and keychains, all with my new little mascot, Lil Nat. I've named him Lil Nat, as in Lil Nat. If you follow me on social media, which you can do with the link down below, you will know that I am the Darius Lynette Varner. Yeah, so all that being said, make sure to, hit me up if you want some merch. You can send me a message on Instagram or Facebook. My DMs are always open, and I will send you whatever you want. And shop Lunar Tights hair color. It goes to support the channel a great deal. And with all that being said, I will see you all in the next video. I love you very much, and I mean it. Bye.